Hello and welcome to your News and Features electronic magazine that centers on the different facets of motoring. Now in its 31st year, this is Motoring Today. I'm Butch Gamboa.
As a coach, you don't define yourself in terms of championships you've won. What happens beyond the trophies? You have to move forward, grow, and get better. Life is all about taking shots, and I want these kids to at least have the courage to take that shot so they can grow, learn, be compassionate, and have the heart of a champion.
See the horizon as a starting point. Use each obstacle to gain momentum. Make the unknown routine. Continue where all others stop. New Peugeot SUV range. Never have SUVs gone so far.
As usual, we start off this week's edition with the latest news and developments in the country's transportation and traffic management. The e-vehicle industry in the country has begun excelling more a few years back when local car companies and manufacturers also started producing e-vehicle models. Let's take a look at how the industry is doing presently.
The Electric Vehicle Association of the Philippines, or EVAP, said that the e-vehicle industry in the country is starting the year strong with the help of the train law, which states that e-vehicles are exempted in the excise tax reform. Moreover, the EVAP stated that the e-vehicle summit this year will be the biggest event showcasing e-vehicles from various car companies and manufacturers such as Hyundai, Nissan, Mitsubishi, and Toyota, among others. The agency stressed that through these initiatives, the EVAP envisions the Philippines to be the e-vehicle hub of Asia. Moreover, the EVAP highlighted that the PUV modernization program of the current administration will always pave the way for the e-vehicle industry in the country.
Meanwhile, as the number of motorists who use the expressways grow, so is the need for the NLEX Corporation to expand their networks and come up with projects and initiatives to further better their services. The company reports that they are doing exactly that for the Filipino motorists.
NLEX Corporation highlighted its ongoing construction projects, as well as the ones in the pipeline. For one, the company said that the Harbor Link project is targeted to open to public in the third quarter of 2018. At the same time, NLEX Corporation said that they are currently constructing new interchanges and extending toll plazas at the same time. Meanwhile, the company also stressed that the SCTEX continues to expand.
SCTEX also continues to expand, but the primary programs that we implemented in SCTEX since we took over in 2015 involve improving the quality of the road and improving the quality of our service in SCTEX.
In line with the NLEX Corporation undertaking these processes, the company has done pavement improvements as well as toll collection system enhancements through modern toll collection systems. Moreover, the company stated that they have improved the connectivity of the SCTEX to NLEX.
We've improved the connectivity of SCTEX to NLEX, so now our customers would really feel that the two expressways are just one, and there is a seamless connection between NLEX and SATEX.
NLEX Corporation also highlighted that they will be implementing their annual motorist assistance program this coming Holy Week.
We know the traffic is going to go up, and at the same time there are non-regular customers who will be traveling during those times. So these are the people who we think will need assistance during that period.
Continuing, the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, or MMDA, continues with their commitment to conduct clearing operations in obstructed areas in the metro. For the year 2018, the agency aims to do much better through their initiatives and projects.
The MMDA has cleared 3 major markets in Quezon City and Pasay City last year, namely the Balintawak Market, the Commonwealth Market, and the Baclaran Market. This year, according to the agency, they will still conduct clearing operations in the said areas to maintain it. With regards to the areas that the MMDA is focusing on this year, the agency stressed that they are prioritizing the clearing of areas that could serve as alternate routes, as various construction projects are ongoing and motorists are in need of alternate routes.
What we're going to do is that there will be a lot of constructions going on, the infrastructure projects of the government. One is MRT-7. So that's why with the ongoing MRT-7 project construction on North Avenue, we have established alternate routes to give the motorists sort of an option where to pass instead of just passing through one road, especially now that it's being used for this construction of the North Avenue. So we're giving them Agam Road, Mindanao, Visayas Avenue, Congressional. All these alternate routes we're trying to clear.
Additionally, the MMDA said that they are now doing the complaint-based clearing, which are based from the complaints of the citizens being sent to them through their Facebook page, text messages, emails, or letters.
We also have the complaint-based clearing. So which means these are the complaints that we're receiving from the citizens. It's either from the 8888, the Presidential Complaint Center, or through our Facebook page, or through letters that are being sent and emailed to us. So we are collating all these complaints. We're putting them in, we're putting them together so that we could plan out the areas that we will be clearing.
With regard to their regular clearing operations, the MMDA says that they will continue doing it in obstructed areas, not only to clear the areas, but also as a way of strengthening their presence in the metro.
And finally, with several concerns and challenges that the Department of Transportation has been facing with regard to the transportation and traffic situation in the country, the department ensures that they are doing their best to resolve the issues through their programs and initiatives.
According to the DOTR, the department is receiving full support from the government as most of their projects are in line with the current administration's Build, Build, Build program. The DOTR added that a big portion of the budget is given to them is allocated solely for their transport-related projects, such as construction of infrastructures and the like.
Much of the budget that has been programmed, even for this year and for the next 5 years, ay transport-related. Kaya't we are our hands are tied and our plates are full with so many projects, whether rail, whether seaports or airports, and even road transport. Madami kaming projects talaga.
With regard to DOT's land transportation projects, the department named a few major ones that are in the pipeline.
Sa land will be, outside of rail, will be yung mga common terminals. Talagang state-of-the-art yan. Yung modernization ng mga public utility vehicles. And then pati yung rationalization ng mga ruta, yung upgrading ng mga services.
The DOTR stressed that all their projects are intended to resolve the traffic issues in the country, as well as to promote transport links from one mode to another.
Those are the transportation and traffic management updates for this week. Motoring Today now takes a short break.
calling all automobile enthusiasts. Autofocus.com.ph is exclusive to the automobile, where you'll find reviews on the latest brand new car models, together with their head-to-head comparisons. It has the detailed specs of car models available in the country and their latest SRPs and special promos, together with the latest auto industry news and developments like car launches and test drives. Autofocus.com.ph is all about automobiles. Click on.
See the horizon as a starting point. Use each obstacle to gain momentum. Make the unknown routine. Continue where all others stop. New Peugeot SUV range. Never have SUVs gone so far.
Welcome back. In line with Motoring Today's lifelong commitment to promote road safety, here are this week's road safety tips in cooperation with Toyota Motor Philippines.
Hi everyone and welcome to Motoring Today's Young Street Smarts Club. This is brought to you through the courtesy of Toyota Motor Philippines and the Toyota Foundation. My name is Susie of Magic 89.9. Muling nagbibigay sa inyo ng simpleng tips on how to use our roads properly and safely. Kadalasang makikita ang double solid yellow line sa mga tulay. Ang ibig sabihin nito ay bawal kang mag-overtake sa kahit anong oras dahil maaari kang maaksidente katulad ng ipinapakita sa animation. Roads that have double solid yellow lines are often busy, so be a responsible driver at huwag mag-overtake. Until next time, here on Motoring Today's Young Street Smarts portion, where you can learn how to be safe while on the road as a pedestrian, commuter, biker, or driver. This is Susie of Magic 89.9 reminding you to always be a safe and responsible road user.
Continuing with this week's edition of Motoring Today, Mitsubishi Motors Philippines for so many years has been encouraging proper driver demeanor at all times via these weekly reminders for the Pinoy driver.
Payong tsuper lang kaibigan, ako si Ricky, isa pong kapwa niyo tsuper. Habang nagmamaneho, kailangan buwang atensyon mo at hindi gulo-gulo.
Ang cellphone ay isa ng malaking bahagi sa buhay ng tao. Halos lahat ay meron at gumagamit nito. Pero sana kapag tayo ay nagmamaneho, pigilin muna natin ang paggamit ng cellphone. Paalala lang, sa pagmamaneho, kailangan ng iba yung konsentrasyon. Kapag ikaw ay nagtetelepono, ang isip mo ay wala sa iyong pagmamaneho. At ito ang maaaring maging rason para magkaroon ng aksidente.
Kung ayaw mo mamultahan o maaksidente, huwag kang gumamit ng cellphone. Ako po si Enrique Victoria, payong tsuper lang kaibigan, mula sa isang kapwa ninyo tsuper.
The power of Strada. It's your sport truck. See the horizon as a starting point. use each obstacle to gain momentum. Make the unknown routine. Continue where all others stop. New Peugeot SUV range. Never have SUVs gone so far.
These are the Fuel Masters. Every time they're on the court, it's high performance. Every time I'm on the road, I can also expect high performance from Phoenix Fuels. We made it! The next generation Phoenix Fuels, now with Pulse technology, delivers enhanced power and acceleration to make every trip come alive.
We now have the latest news developments in the world of motorsports.
In motorsports news, local motorsports fans will have another exciting race series to look forward to this summer. Tuason Racing School, in partnership with West Race Cars of Japan, will begin staging the Formula V1 series starting in May this year. TRS top honcho JP Tuason envisions the Formula V1 series as the next step up for local grassroots racers looking to move up to international racing. According to Tuason, local motorsports lack a program that will help racers hone their skills in preparation for competing in higher forms of racing abroad, and the V1 series will provide that opportunity. The series will use V1 race cars built by West Race, a single-seater with a tubular chassis and aluminum panels that look like Le Mans prototype race cars. Powered by 110 horsepower Toyota 1NZ engines, the same engine that powers the Vios, the 530kg V1 race cars can reach speeds of more than 200 km per hour and record lap times at the Clark International Speedway comparable to those set by the 458 Ferrari cars. This year's V1 series will have 4 race weekends, 1 at the Batangas Racing Circuit and 3 at the Clark International Speedway. Tuason expects to have at least 15 V1 racers on the grid coming from the ranks of various local grassroots motorsports programs, including the Vios Cup, as well as former professional motorsports drivers looking to get back into racing. He told Motoring Today that among those already signed up to race in the series are Tyson C. and Luis Gozon. The series champion will get the chance to race at Fuji in Japan at the end of the year. TRS will be formally launching the series at this year's Manila International Auto Show in April, where race aficionados can get a chance to see the V1 racer on display. The series is scheduled to flag off in the second week of May. In other motorsports news, the 2018 Flat Out Race Series got off to a roaring start at the Clark International Speedway, with many of the usual suspects battling out for top honors in the faster time brackets in the time attack and in the grid races. While many new faces edged out the old for top honors in the slower brackets, in the fastest bracket A, Rafael Losh outshone last year's champion Eduardo Suiza, who came in third behind Gabi Sohu in second. Andrew De Aces was fastest in bracket B, relegating Rafi Sohu to second and Paulo Santos to third. Bracket C saw Christopher Pimentel setting the fastest time ahead of Tonton Ramos in second and Paulo Bautista in third. Julian Paul Neri topped bracket D, ahead of Jojo Loren and Carlos Marzo in second and third respectively. In bracket E, Avin Villaseñor was first, nipping the challenge of Paul Oncoaco in second and Daryl Senya in third. Marc Anton David recorded the fastest lap in bracket F, while Raymond Ryan Kudala and Peter Emil Del Mundo were second and third respectively. In the slowest bracket G, Gilbert Orpilla earned top honors ahead of Alexis Canlavapi in second and Leonel Rivera in third. In the grid races, Rafael Law took the checkered flag in grid A, piping Eduardo Suiza, who finished in second ahead of Gabi Sohu. Grid B was won by Paulo Santos, dropping Andrew De Aces to second, while Jun Cabrera finished third. Francis Roger Telan took top honors in Grid C. Tonton Ramos finished second ahead of Paul Santos in third. Andre Maquinatan finished the Grid D race in first place with Carlos Marzo in second and Bernard Michael Santos in third. Jeremy Jimenez topped the slowest Grid E ahead of Peter Emil Del Mundo and Marzo Campos second and third respectively. The 2018 fourth season continues on April 7 with the second round at the Clark International Speedway.
Perhaps the longest continuously running Philippine motorsport event, the National Slalom Series, has just flagged off. Another season of thrilling parking lot action. And race weekend was there to record another historic moment in the making. Up next, highlights of round 1 of the 2018 Phoenix Pulse Technology National Slalom Series in our race weekend, brought to you by Phoenix Fuels with Pulse Technology. Race weekend is brought to you by Phoenix Fuels.
Make every trip come alive with Phoenix Fuels, now with Pulse Technology.
Pleasant day to all racing fans out there. We're here at Robinson's Novaliches for the first leg of the 2018 National Slalom Series, where racers are eager for the start of the race.
It has been this way for many years now. The National Slalom Series has been drawing scores of weekend warriors to compete against others on who can drive fastest around a tight course marked out by cones and pylons at a parking lot at the mall. Through good and bad times for local motorsports, the fortunes of which wax and wane with how the economy and the automobile sector perform, slalom has provided a venue for racing aficionados, spectators, and competitors alike to sate their need for speed and motoring thrills. It may just be parking lot racing, or maybe because it's parking lot racing, slalom racing has been one of the disciplines that has kept motorsports alive in the country. The Slalom Series is so easily acceptable to spectators and competitors alike, with spectators virtually on top of the action as race cars set up for speed and handling, engines revving, tires squealing, tackle the shortest of straights, the tightest of chicanes, and the most challenging of hairpin turns. Every year, the start of the Slalom Series is much awaited. This year is no different, as witnessed by the number of race cars and their drivers and slalom fans who showed up for the start of the 2018 Phoenix Pulse National Slalom Series, an event staged and overseen by Bing Bang Dulce.
I'm here with the lovely veteran racing organizer, Miss Bing Bang Dulce, to tell us more about the National Slalom Series.
Hi.
Hi. Can you give the viewers an idea of what the slalom racing series is all about?
Okay, the National Slalom Series, basically for the past 30 years that we've been doing it, it's just like what you see today. It's done in a constrained area, and we have 12 legs each year for the past 30 years. But now we're organizing also 3 invitational races for the year, an additional 3 legs. And we do it in the northern part of Luzon to cater to the car enthusiasts at Baguio City, Pangasinan, Tarlac, Dagupan. Well, we started the first run by October 1986, but we officially had our SEC papers done on January 1987.
What about the aspiring racers to be? How can they reach you? How if they want to join this particular event?
Oh, we have the Facebook account and our digital Facebook account, or else you can get in touch with me, Bing Bang Dulce. I can give you my number, 0917-811-9337, or like our Facebook page of Race Motorsports Club. And you can see all the venues, the rules, everything that you need to know about participating in the National Slalom Series. And of course, we are doing free slalom clinics every event, before the event. For all those who are first-timers and you want to learn on how to do the 360, the 180-degree turns, we have pro drivers to assist you and to teach you on how to do it.
Over the past years, the Slalom Series has grown in popularity with fans and relevance to motorsports. This has not gone unnoticed by the auto trade and support industries like the petroleum and lube sectors and the aftermarket vendors who have come out to support and sponsor teams and drivers. At the first round of the year, there's much evidence of this, with many teams sporting many logos of brands and products on cars and drivers sporting logos on race suits. And for the past 3 years, the National Slalom Series itself has been supported by Phoenix Petroleum.
It is our 3rd year with the National Slalom Series, and now we're changing the co-presentership to naming it with Phoenix Pulse Technology National Slalom Series, as we are pushing our Phoenix Fuels with Pulse Technology. Pulse Technology connotes power, energy, life, and excitement, and we believe that that's what slalom also stands for. So that's why it is an opportune time for us to sponsor motorsports through Phoenix Pulse Technology, as we see some synergy between the two.
The 3 decades of the National Slalom Series have seen the discovery of many local racing talents, some of whom have gone on to become slalom kings. Returning to action this year to defend this title as Slalom King is the 4-time champion Milo Rivera.
I'm here with the 4-time reigning defending champion, Mr. Milo Rivera, to tell us more about his preparations for this race. Yeah. Hi, Milo.
Hi. Well, just like every race, we try to make ourselves ready physically, mentally, as a driver. And at the same time, the team behind our car work day and night just to prepare the car every single race. So I always credit that to them.
Can you give us the reason why, other than you're very good at it, can you tell us the reason why you decided to be part of this particular event?
Well, ever since I started racing back in 2008 with go-karts, we've also done some circuit races, sometimes up to now. But aside from the fact that my uncle was also a 3-time national slalom champion back then, Mr. Noel Rivera, I guess it was passed on to the family. But aside from that, you know, just the intensity of every run, trying to beat each other's time, I guess I find something special with that. Plus the number of participants always joining, plus the fact that you're exposed to the public whenever you race in mall parking lots. But I guess over time it just became, you know, something worth racing.
Other than the National Slalom Racing Series, are you also participating in other racing events here in the country?
Well, for this year, we're also taking a look at the Autocross Championships. We're also preparing with the Shell to race the endurance races this year, and we're also aiming to defend our Asian Gymkhana Championships this year, which will have 5 races throughout 2018. So it's going to be a very busy year for us, and we hope for the best. But aside from that, the future is still uncertain. There might be other opportunities in and out of the country, so we're just here to be prepared no matter what.
4-time reigning and defending champion Milo Rivera. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Milo Rivera's younger brother, Estefano, shares the same car the reigning slalom king uses in the competition and believes he can challenge his brother for the first round overall win.
First of all, we use the same car, and we use the same car, and it's not the first time we're racing together. Me and my brother, since karting, we've been racing together, and now in slalom and cars for around 5 years. So it's a good bonding experience. You know, we help each other, we make each other faster, we ask for tips, and it's also a challenge. When you're using the same car and we live in the same house. So it's a challenge to beat each other, and it's a good experience.
Also back to compete in the National Slalom Series is novice overall champion Inigo Anton, the 13-year-old wonder boy of motorsports who has several trophies as champion in several classes and categories in 2017, and he is not about to rest on his laurels.
Of course, during the off-season, when the season was done, we still continue our practice, so we're still in shape, so we can have good times. We also did this for Autocross, and then we also practiced for this race yesterday in Tarlac, so we come really prepared for it.
After suffering a broken steering system in his first run and hitting a pylon in another, Inigo Anton is unfazed and expects to win in his chosen class and categories.
I'm looking forward to get again front wheel best time, but if not, then we'll try pushing more for next race.
Also back and eager for racing is veteran slalom driver and former champion Doc Pee-wee Mendiola. He claims he is competing in 2018 just for the fun of it, but he looks to surprise the younger ones with wins.
Yeah, we'll always be here. I've been here quite some time, and if time does not permit, I'm not able to come. So sometimes I'm not able to vie for the overall title of the year anymore. But usually here to relax and enjoy, and who knows, sometimes win even.
At the end of the first round of 2018 Phoenix Pulse National Slalom Series, it's 2017 Slalom King Milo Rivera setting the best overall time of the day. 43.6 hundredths of a second, which is also was the best time for the Pro Stock C class. Inigo Anton was the best of the rest with a time of 43.68 hundredths of a second, which is also the best time in the front wheel Pro Stock C class. Estefano failed to make it a Rivera Brothers 1-2 in the first round of the season but came close, recording the third fastest overall time of the day with a 44.4 hundredths of a second, which was the best time among entries in the Group 5B category. Doc Pee-wee Mendiola showed he still has what it takes to be competitive in slaloms, recording the fourth fastest overall time of the day with a 44.28 hundredths of a second, driving in the Pro Stock A category.
And that concludes our coverage of the first leg of the 2018 National Slalom Series. Be sure to check us out every week as we bring you highlights of Philippine motorsports only here on Race Weekend.
Slaloms have been among the mainstays of local motorsports events that have helped keep motorsports alive and kicking in the country through good and bad times. It's great that Race Motorsports Club continues to do this, helping discover and nurture the talents of local motorsports heroes. Local motorsports is again moving into the good times, and Race Weekend will surely be covering slaloms and other motorsports events for motorsports aficionados among our viewers. This week's feature on Race Weekend has been brought to you by Phoenix Fuels.
Make every trip come alive with Phoenix Fuels, now with Pulse technology.
For those who command respect, for those unrivaled in their field, for those who see the world differently, for you. The bigger, better, faster, stronger, all-new Fortuner. Own your world.
Rediscover an extraordinary world as it unfolds before your eyes with the all-new 7-seater diesel CR-V. See the extraordinary.
Think you're tough? Do you dare to go off-road or off-key? Do you use your great power with great control? With the new Isuzu D-Max, you're tough enough to be unstoppable. And you're tough enough to be right back. Isuzu D-Max, tough enough for anything.
Welcome back to the longest-running electronic motoring magazine. On Motoring Today, vehicle maintenance is next. On Auto Care Clinic this week, we have another car care tip for you. We shall talk about the proper way to take care of your tires and at the same time safely use them by following the recommended tire pressure. Watch this.
Ang gulong na masyadong malambot ay hindi kakapit ng tama sa daan at makararamdam ka ng parang mabigat na pagkabig ng iyong manibela. Ang gulong na masyado namang matigas ay reresulta sa matagtag o matigas na ride at ang pagkabig mo sa manibela ay masyado namang magaan o madali. Ang gulong na masyadong malambot ay mapupudpud agad sa gilid, habang ang gulong na masyadong matigas ay mapupudpud naman sa gitna. Dahil dito napapaaga ang pagpalit ng iyong gulong kahit pwede pa sanang gamitin kung sinundan lang ang recommended tire pressure. Kapag sinundan mo ang recommended tire pressure, mas matagal ang buhay ng iyong mga gulong at mapapakinabangan mo ang buong kapit nito sa daan. Paano nga ba sinusunod ang recommended tire pressure? Malalaman mo ang recommended tire pressure sa paghanap ng plaka nito sa gilid ng pintuan ng driver o kaya ay nakasulat sa iyong owner's manual. Kailan dapat magpabomba ng gulong? Hanggat maaari, magpa-check ng iyong tire pressure sa gasolinahan habang malamig pa ang mga gulong, gaya ng sa umaga kapag ikay papasok pa lang sa opisina. Karamihan ng mga gas station ay may tauhan para hindi mo na kailangan mismong bumaba at maglagay ng hangin. Pero kung nagkataon na ikaw ang kailangan magmano ng tire pump, iset mo lang ang recommended tire pressure. Idikit ang hose sa pito at hintayin ang bell ng pump na nagsisignal na tama na ang iyong tire pressure. Huwag nating kalimutan na kailangan din baguhin ang tire pressure kapag ikay magsasakay ng maraming pasahero o kagamitan. Ang recommended tire pressure sa ganoong sitwasyon ay malalaman din sa iyong owner's manual. Mahalagang alalahanin nito dahil ang gulong na hindi nadadagdagan ng hangin bago magkarga ng maraming bagay o tao ay mahihirapang isuporta ang bigat ng sasakyan. Kapag pinatagal ang pagtakbo nito ay maaaring sumabog ang gulong o kaya madagdagan ang pudpud.
By following these simple procedures in maintaining your tires, you would be able to optimize and safely use them. Keep them in mind. Until next week here on our Auto Care Clinic, courtesy of Isuzu. Let's now take a look at what's happening in the local auto industry.
Nissan Philippines Incorporated took members of the motoring media down south of Luzon for the Navara Drive. The group drove up to the top of Mount Malasimbo in Oriental Mindoro aboard the Nissan Navara. According to the company, the test drive activity aims to highlight the Around View Monitor feature from the Nissan Intelligent Mobility Suite, which provides a virtual 360-degree scene of the car in bird's eye view. After a whole day of test drive activities, the group enjoyed a performance from a Mangyan cultural group. Nissan added that aside from showcasing the features of the Navara, the company also aimed to highlight and promote the Mangyan culture in Mount Malasimbo.
So Navara has gotten even better with our Nissan Intelligent Mobility features now added in the vehicle. I would encourage all of you to visit your nearest Nissan dealer, test drive the vehicle. I'm sure you will appreciate what Navara has got to offer. And thank you very much.
Sunshine Television held a briefing event for the participants of the upcoming 2018 Autofocus Summer Multi-Brand Test Drive Festival presented by Phoenix Fuels with Pulse Technology to be staged on April 13 to 15 at the concert grounds of the SM Mall of Asia. This year's Test Drive Festival will be participated in by Ford, Honda, Jeep, Mitsubishi, Nissan, Suzuki, and Toyota. The pre-event briefing was attended by representatives from the participating automotive companies together with their suppliers. Sunshine Television discussed the layout for the upcoming test drive event as well as the safety measures to be observed. Inquiries and concerns from the participants were all addressed. Gaz Group, a manufacturer of commercial vehicles in Russia, announced their arrival to the Philippines at the Manila Polo Club for the expansion through Eastern Petroleum and will be known here as Gazelle Motors Corporation. The cooperation agreement between the two companies states that the Gaz Group will supply CVs as well as buses of Gazelle Next family,
namely Gazelle Next minibuses and Gazelle Next City Line. The company added that they are also one with the government with its drive to modernize the country's transport system.
The long term is, of course, to be available on as many points as possible. We are already getting some interest for dealership, and there are already those who have expressed interest. And the servicing, because we are, Eastern Petroleum has a network of around 200 spots in the country. So to us, you know, it's a little bit easy for us because of the familiarity with the clients and of course with our people.
Ropali Motorcycles held a press conference for the upcoming Partakan 2018, a moto tourism adventure ride. Now in its 5th year, Ropali Motorcycles announced that the Partakan 2018 will take place this coming March 28 to April 1, 2018, and it will take off for the most scenic routes of Central and Northern Luzon, as bike riders conquer over 700 kilometers with Pozo Robo being the finish line.
You can find us online, on Facebook, and also our website, www.partakan.com. And you can register from there, or you can join us on one of our events and also register there. There'll be few events here in Ropali Classic and other Ropali Classic in Angeles.
Motoring Today now brings you our Car of the Week on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. Many were stoked when Honda Cars Philippines' first ever diesel offering was brought to the Philippine market, because aside from the fact that it uses diesel engine, it is a 7-seater SUV. In this week's Showcase, we have the 2018 Honda CR-V SX variant. Watch this. The SX variant, just like the other 7-seater variants of the 2018 CR-V, is powered by a 1.6-liter DOHC iDTEC turbo diesel engine developed under Honda's Earth Dreams technology. Producing 120 horsepower and 300 Nm of torque, this turbo diesel engine is mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. Additionally, the SX variant has a real-time all-wheel drive system. This enhanced real-time all-wheel drive or AWD system on the top-of-the-line SX variant adds an extra layer of handling prowess by allowing power and torque to be distributed across all 4 wheels, maximizing traction and stability on any road condition. For this suspension, the all-new CR-V uses McPherson strut at the front and multi-link at the rear. Checking on the exterior design of the all-new CR-V, outside, this all-new model revolves around the design concept of modern functional dynamic. It is evident with the sharp light grille that showcases a sportier look. Moreover, the CR-V is equipped with the standard 18-inch alloy wheels. All variants of the CR-V have full LED headlights with guide-type LED daytime running lights. But the SX variant has a high beam support. Additionally, the SX gets a panoramic sunroof, power tailgate, and rain-sensing wipers. Taking a look at the inside, the driver's seat on the SX is fitted with an 8-way power adjustment with 4-way lumbar support that offers level of comfort. The second-row seats, on the other hand, offer a 60-40 split sliding and reclining function for easy access into the third row. Meanwhile, the third row reclines to a 50-50 split. Moreover, the all-new CR-V has an infotainment system that completes the model's interior. Its infotainment system is headlined by a 7-inch touchscreen display audio system with Bluetooth connectivity and equipped with 8 speakers. The SX variants have GPS navigation and additional controls for its dual-zone climate control system. When it comes to safety features, the all-new CR-Vs are equipped with an electronic parking brake and auto brake hold, agile handling assist, driver attention monitor, dual SRS airbags, vehicle stability assist, hill start assist, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution, emergency stop signal, and a low tire pressure warning system. Additional safety features such as Honda Lane Watch camera, side airbags, curtain airbags, and a walk-away auto-lock features are standard on the S and SX variants. That was the 2018 Honda CR-V SX variant, Honda Cars Philippines' first ever 7-seater diesel offering. This week's showcase. And that's our featured vehicle this week, brought to you by Prudential Guarantee.
Drive worry-free with Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program with a free 24-hour nationwide roadside assistance included with your comprehensive auto insurance. Rest assured, we'll take care of you and your car wherever you are. Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program, 100% worry-free driving.
Rediscover an extraordinary world as it unfolds before your eyes with the all-new 7-seater diesel CR-V. See the extraordinary.
Your weekly window to the world of business and guide to the good life can now be watched online. Just click on businessandleisure.ph and watch this week's show and other past episodes of Business and Leisure at your most convenient time of the day. Business and Leisure is now on the web. Watch it anytime.
Think you're tough? Do you dare to go off-road or off-key? Do you use your great power with great control? With the new Isuzu D-Max, you're tough enough to be unstoppable. And you're tough enough to be right back. Isuzu D-Max, tough enough for anything.
When you sweat to be sweet and you clean car seat, it's love. When you try to look cool but you look like a fool, it's love. It's love. It's love.
Show your love with the new features of the all-new Innova. Love the journey.
Welcome back to Motoring Today, and right now we have our Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. Government is pushing hard for the modernization of the jeepney, the so-called king of the road for decades now. The Philippine National Standard, the government agency tasked with coming up with standards for all manufactured products, including jeepneys, has recently approved new standard specifications for Class 2 public utility vehicles, under which the jeepneys fall. We discussed these new standards on this week's Motoring Today's Motoring Forum.
The passenger jeepney was born from the ashes of the destruction of mass transport systems in Manila and other parts of the country following World War II. The first passenger jeepneys were adopted from the Army Jeep left behind by the U.S. Armed Forces in the country following the end of the war with Japan. A roof was placed atop the Jeep, benches were tacked on each side behind the driver and front passenger, while the rear was cut up to make it easy to get into and out of the vehicle. And for decades, this became the basic design of passenger jeepneys. A long flat engine cover sitting atop angular front fenders, an extended steel front bumper, open side entrances for front seat passengers and driver who sit behind a flat front windshield, an open rear entrance for passengers with bench seats running the length of the sides of the jeepney, a low roof that forces most passengers to crouch in getting into and out of the jeepney. Taller passengers have to crouch in their seats with chins almost reaching their knees. Back then, this was hailed as an example of Filipino ingenuity. And when drivers and operators began decorating their jeepneys with colorful images and designs, nickel-plated horses on the hood, this cheap and accessible form of transport became an iconic symbol of local culture. Over the years, the jeepney has just gotten longer, mainly to maximize the number of passengers that can be packed tight into the side bench seats. From 4 to 6 or even 7, the side bench seats now can fit from 11 to 13 passengers. Legroom for driver and front seat passenger has even been sacrificed for longer bench seats that most drivers have to sit almost sideways behind the steering wheel. Today, they remain a fixture of local roads, many old and dilapidated with smoke-belching diesel engines, clogging street and adding to gridlock, despite government efforts to replace them with more efficient modes of mass transport. In recent years, government has given up on phasing passenger jeepneys out altogether, but instead has decided to encourage operators and drivers to modernize their jeepneys and fleets and replace units 15-year-old and above with brand new units as part of what it calls the PUV modernization program. Complementing this modernization program, the Bureau of Philippine Standards, an agency of the Department of Trade and Industry, has come up with standard dimensions for public utility vehicles that can be used to replace aging jeepneys. A technical working group was established to draft standards dimensions for PUVs. The TWG included, among others, members from the Academe, the Chamber of Automotive Manufacturers of the Philippines, the Truck Manufacturers Association, the Automotive Body Manufacturing Association of the Philippines, and various government agencies, as well as representatives from professional organizations and safety advocacy groups, and related research and testing institutions. Its task was to develop a draft Philippine national standard for Class 2 and Class 3 public utility vehicles. The DPNs was then circulated among stakeholders, including, among others, the Philippine Parts Makers Association of the Philippines and the Electric Vehicle Association of the Philippines. After the consultation process, the TWG endorsed the DPNs for approval of the BPS. Late last year, the BPS approved the PNS 2126-2017, which sets the Philippine national standards for public utility vehicle Class 2 and 3. PNS 2026 defines the dimensions for what the local automotive industry and its related sectors like to call the Eco PUV. Class 2 and Class 3 vehicles share the same basic dimensions but differ in the seating capacity and seat arrangement. Class 2 PUVs can carry a total of 23 passengers, seated and standing with perimeter seating, that is, parallel bench seats. This is designed for PUVs plying higher density stop-and-go routes. While Class 3 PUVs can carry at least 23 passengers on front-facing seats with no standing passengers allowed, this is intended for PUVs' longer routes between cities and that necessarily traverse highways and expressways. Both Class A and Class 3 vehicles can have a maximum length and width of 3 meters by 2.35 meters and must have a 1.75 meter floor-to-ceiling height. A significant difference to existing passenger jeepneys is the installation of a curbside door, an important requirement for passenger safety. The PNS also requires that the PUVs conform to specific dimensions for emergency exits, including doors, windows, and escape hatches. PNS 2126-2017 also provides dimensions for the seat and seat layout as well as the minimum floor space of each standing passenger. It also establishes parameters for the size of the step board. It is important to note that the PNS doesn't establish the kind of powertrain for the PUVs. While the PNS provides illustrations for the various dimensions, it points out that the design of the public utility vehicle shall not be limited to the illustrations. PNS 2126 only refers to Class 2 and Class 3 PUVs, which stakeholders believe constitute about 60% of the 200,000 jeepneys needed to be upgraded.
Local vehicle manufacturers consulted by government have supported the approval of the new specifications. Can we now expect the Land Transportation Office and the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board require new jeepneys seeking to get franchises to operate to comply with these new standards? And what do jeepney operators think about these new standards? Perhaps that could be a topic for future discussions here on our Motoring Forum. Up next is our segment that dwells on the wide array of motoring problems, not only within the metro but all over the country as well. Brought to you by Honda Cars Philippines.
Few weeks back, we highlighted a motoring concern here in Pasig City at ito ay ang natigil na konstruksyon ng isang footbridge along Shaw Boulevard in front of the old SSS building where we heard some of the pedestrians' concerns. Ayon sa kanila, mahirap ang tumawid sa kabilang kalsada dahil sa kawalan ng pedestrian lane. This week, the Motoring Today crew found out that there is progress on the said construction. Narito ang reaksyon ng mga tumatawid ukol dito.
Ma'am, ang masasabi ko lang, yung hindi pa nila binubuksan, mahirap talaga tumawid. Pero kapag ma-open na yan, medyo maluwag na siguro. Yung naman kasi matagal na yan nakatiwangwang yan, lalo na yan dyan. Aywan ko ba kung ano ginagawa nila. Matagal na yan ma'am talaga, mga siguro, mga 2 years, ganun. Natapos na lang yung Unimart na yan, hindi pa nila nabuksan
Wala pang tumadaan
Pero ngayon po, ginagawa na po siya, tas medyo...
Maganda yan, maganda. Maganda sana. Kasi safety ang mga naglalakad.
Okay lang. Okay lang po. Kasi para madadaanan din naman po ng mga tao. Okay lang din naman po sa akin.
Pedestrians have their own takes on the construction of the said footbridge. But it is good to know that it is already underway. Ito ay isang malaking kaginhawahan para sa ating mga pedestrian.
Should you yourself encounter any motoring problems that need immediate attention, please feel free to contact us. See the details that's right now being flashed on the screen. And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Until next week here on Motoring Today, now on its 31st year of continuing service to the general motoring public with a lifelong commitment to promote road safety. I'm Butch Gamboa. Happy motoring.